Let us consider a communications example that will allow us to demonstrate the use of GPs. So let us say that there is a mobile tower which is serving many users, right? So there are many users indexed by I, and the ith user transmit power assigned to ith user is Pi, and the channel gain between the tower and the ith user is given by GII, and so therefore the power received by user I is equal to Pi times GII. So don't worry if you don't know communication. I will just introduce the notation and you don't have to know any communication to do this. And let us say that there is an interference. So whatever power is transmitted to user I, it leaks off and interferes with other users. So there is an interference, and for that interference we are saying that the interference power. So the interference received by user I is given by summation over J not equal to I. So all the powers that were transmitted to other users, the Pj times Gij, where Gij is measuring the leakage of the power from user I to user J. And let us also say that the noise power is Ni. So the signal to interference plus noise ratio, so this is called SINR. So the SINR is a quantity that is useful in many cases, and it is useful for characterizing how much rate that the user will obtain if he communicates over that channel. So the SINR for user I is given by the power that is received by user I, the useful power, which is Pi times GII. This is the useful power, divided by the interference, which is Pij times Gij, J not equal to I, plus Ni, right? So let us call this as gamma I, right? So gamma I is this expression. Now what do we want to do? We are basically observing in this case that suppose that we assume that the user's rate increases with SINR. That means that I cannot satisfy every user, because whenever Pi increases, so I cannot satisfy all users. In fact, I cannot satisfy all users because I cannot increase their powers. Since if I increase Pi, then SINR of the jth user will go down, because Pi will act as interference for the jth user. So therefore there is a balance that I have to achieve. I cannot increase the powers indiscriminately. So in this context, a problem that is often solved is called the sum rate maximization, and it is written as maximize over Pi the sum of, or positive weighted sum of, all the rates, and the rate achieved is given by log of 1 plus gamma I. So that is the formula for the rate achieved. It is, rate is measured in bits, so this is the bits per second achieved, and subject to constraint minimum of over I log of 1 plus gamma I is greater than equal to the threshold rate. So I am saying that I am maximizing this weighted sum of rates, and while ensuring that each user is getting some, at least a minimum amount of rate. By the way, this is called the quality of service. So this is called the quality of service constraint. So quality is measured by the minimum rate that the user is getting, and that should be sufficiently high. And in addition to these, we have that power is limited from 0 to some capital P. So this is the problem that we are wanting to solve, and let us simplify this particular constraint, which is simply saying that log of 1 plus gamma I is greater than equal to RTH for all I, or you could say that gamma I, 1 plus gamma I is greater than equal to e raised to the power RTH. Remember that RTH is given, gamma I is a function of Pi, or you could say that gamma I is greater than equal to e raised to the power RTH minus 1. Right, so this is simply a constraint of the form that gamma I is greater than equal to e raised to the power RTH minus 1. So let us call this as gamma TH. So the problem can be written more simply as minimize over P summation of Wi log 1 plus gamma I subject to gamma I greater than equal to gamma TH, and 0 is less than equal to Pi is less than equal to capital P. So we could ask ourselves whether this problem is convex or not. So is it a convex problem? So it turns out that this is not a convex problem, and it is genuinely difficult to solve problem. But there is a special case when we can actually solve this problem, which is the high SINR assumption. So there are scenarios where the user rates are high, and that happens if the SINRs are high. So if all the users are getting good rates, then the SINRs are high, and in that case we are assuming that gamma I is much greater than 1, so that log of 1 plus gamma I is approximately log of gamma I. So in that case, the problem can be written as minimize product of Wi log gamma I subject to gamma I greater than equal to gamma threshold, and 0 is less than equal to P. And here gamma I is, if you remember, it was Pi times Gii divided by Pj Gij j not equal to I plus Ni. Right, so this was gamma I. Now, is this problem, after taking this high SINR approximation, is this problem simpler? So indeed that is the case. In fact, this is a geometric program. We can see this quickly by observing that 1 by gamma I is basically Pj Pi inverse Gij Gii inverse plus Ni times Pi inverse Gii inverse, which is a polynomial because Gij, Gii are all positive. So it's a polynomial in P. So this suggests that 1 by gamma I is a polynomial. So therefore the constraint of the form gamma I greater than equal to gamma TH can be written as gamma TH divided by gamma I is less than equal to 1, and this is a polynomial. So we have the polynomial less than equal to 1 constraint. Likewise, the constraint Pi less than equal to P is obvious because this Pi by capital P less than equal to 1 is a monomial constraint. So monomial less than equal to 1, which is always allowed because monomial is a default polynomial. So what about the objective function? You can remember that we are maximizing sum of Wi log gamma I, which is basically equivalent to maximizing product of gamma I raised to the power Wi. Let us first convert this into the minimization problem. So we are minimizing product of gamma I raised to the power minus Wi, and Wi's are all positive. So I equal to 1 to n. Now to write this in the proper form, we can apply the epigraph trick and write it as minimize product of Ti raised to the power Wi, where we are saying that gamma I inverse is less than equal to Ti. So gamma I inverse is less than equal to Ti, and this constraint is equivalent to saying that 1 by Ti times 1 by gamma I is less than equal to 1. Now 1 by gamma I we have already seen is a polynomial, and if we multiply a polynomial with a monomial, it will still remain a polynomial. So this is a polynomial constraint. So to summarize, we have written our problem as minimize product of Ti raised to the power Wi, which is a monomial subject to constraint Pj Pi inverse Ti inverse Gij Gii inverse plus Ni Pi inverse Gii inverse Ti inverse less than equal to 1. So this you can observe that it is a polynomial less than equal to 1 constraint, and the other constraints are that Pi by capital P is less than equal to 1, and then finally we have the constraint that Pj times Pi inverse gamma threshold Gij Gii inverse plus Ni times Pi inverse Gii inverse gamma threshold is less than equal to 1. So this is again a polynomial less than equal to 1 constraint. Hence the high SINR approximation yields a GP, which is essentially can be converted into a convex program or can be solved efficiently, and therefore this gives us the solution in case of the high SNR scenario. Remember again that this problem that we started with was a non-convex difficult problem to solve, but we are seeing that in one particular case under one approximation the solution of this can be found easily.